It's all about me.
This is the Dan Patrick Show podcast.
There is more where that came from.
Click back for new episodes all week long.
Napa know-how.
Your broken AC may not be broken. It may just need a recharge with the Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Just $39.99 plus an additional $15 prepaid Visa card by mail. Just pull the trigger and brrr. The Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Now $39.99 plus $15 prepaid Visa card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/18.
Back to the Mercedes Man Cave.
Look out, mother!
Here's Dan Patrick.
Hour 2 on this Thursday. Dan and the Danettes, Dan Patrick Show. Beautiful weather on the East Coast, and certainly for the U.S. Open. Not beautiful scores right now. Some of the bigger names getting roughed up here in the early going. We just had our U.S. Open draft, and there's already buyer's remorse in the back row with McLovin. You have Spieth and Rory McIlroy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, normally you'd go, all right, I like my chances there. Jordan Spieth, I think, is 5 over. Rory is 6 over, Paulie?
Yeah. Rory's 5 over after 6 holes. Spieth 5 over after 6 holes. And Spieth just put his drive into the deep rough.
Ouch. We love it when somebody hits it, off the fairway, and then there's always these guys who race right towards the ball, and they want to stand there and wait for the golfer to show up there. You see these guys, they stand there with their hands on their hip like they're
locking down the scene.
I got it.
No,
here.
I got it right here. I found it first. I got it right here.
Like an amateur rules official, the guy in his cargo shorts and flip-flops running to the ball.
With his beer in his hand.
Yeah.
And then he stands there with his hand, like he found this. Like it's an Easter egg hunt. Yeah, I got it. He's got his hands on his hip. Like he's...
And then if I was just watching the video, his buddy gets a little closer to the ball and kind of, blocks him a little bit, and he has to get back in. It's just annoying.
It's one of Paulie's pet peeves.
Just let the ball settle and let the golfers
But the guy is so proud that he found the ball, even though it's not that hard to find it. It's just off the fairway there. I got it right over here. All right, poll question, McLovin. Did we settle on one in the first hour?
Yeah, we went with the magic wand. Who do you want to see, or who would you make healthy for their entire career? Choices being Bo Jackson, Tiger Woods, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway. I put Mark Pryor and Kerry Wood on there for Paulie, or Bill Walton. The runaway is Bo, but guess who's second? Tiger, then Bill Walton. A lot of Bill Walton votes.
All right. PGA Tour superstar and executive producer Ricky Fowler's former college program, Oklahoma State, just capped a historic college golf season with their 11th NCAA championship. Relived the journey with a special 1-hour presentation of Driven, a behind-the-scenes look at one of college golf's biggest rivalries, Driven, Saturday at 5 Eastern on NBC. Coming up, we'll talk to Bill Plaschke on loan from the LA Times, get his read on what's going on with the Lakers, Magic Johnson's role in trying to get LeBron James there, what's this roster going to look like next season, and what does he make of Lonzo Ball's diss track on Kyle Kuzma, or directed towards... Paulie, have you pulled up the lyrics there?
We have to make sure they're clean.
Well, no, there's stuff in there where you go, I have friends that I can, give a little grief to, but the Kyle Kuzma on the receiving end of some of this stuff from Lonzo Ball, I was really surprised. I mean, it got personal, talking about Kuzma's dad. Do we have sound of this, Seton? Okay, here's Lonzo Ball with his diss track. Do we know the name of this thing?
It's Free Throws Productions with a Z on the end. No, I don't know.
Kylie Kuzma?
Oh, yeah. Is it called Kylie Kuzma?
I think so.
All right, here you go. Here's a little Lonzo Ball. Yeah.
Who are you without CO2? Just another dude with a bunch of tattoos. You ain't got no shoe. Nike wins, Cools lose. Claiming that I can't shoot, but all these words is hitting you. Boy, you talking crazy. Why you trying to play me? You ain't on my level, you ain't famous as my baby. I'm working out daily, but I ain't posting it. And I would never stop a workout just to post a pic. You let them gas you up, thinking that you can't be touched. Coming from the outskirts of Flint, boy, you ain't tough. Big baller brand, getting bread, look who's just getting crumbs. We thumbing through that money, look at y'all playing with your thumbs. Don't know who your daddy is, well, your getting sun, we both taking shots. The only difference you ain't.
This is your teammate. You don't know who your daddy is. Like, that's the line that got me. I went, whoa, well, wait a minute here. This is your teammate, man. your teammate who's better than you, by the way, and you're taking a shot at him there and called him Kylie Kuzma. Wow. What am I missing here?
Like this, because like it's one thing to be like, they posted pictures on Instagram. It's like, okay. Well, I'm working out harder than you. That's no big deal.
Okay.
Making fun of your like biological dad doesn't seem very nice.
Yeah. On my diss tracks, I never mentioned somebody else's dad or mom. But here's Lonzo. They said I can't shoot, but these words are hitting you or something like that. Yeah, Paul.
We found something he does worse than shooting.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucked.
Does he really wear his own shoes, by the way, when he plays? Does he wears like the
big baller?
Yeah.
No, I thought he was kind of doing a trial run with other shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has his own shoe, but I don't know if he wears his own shoe. Or I think he was wearing Nike at some point this year. Yes.
But like, how could you not wear your own shoe though? Doesn't it just seem ridiculous? You want everyone to buy your shoe, but you find something more comfortable than something better than your own shoe?
It's his dad's shoe, basically.
I would expect his father would want his own kids to be pushing the big baller brand and where his sons would wear those shoes.
Yeah, that wasn't
so bad.
Like, if you're LeBron and you hear that, or somebody brings that up, like, man, these two, do they like each other? A distant, like LeBron's probably saying, God, I don't want to babysit. I don't want to go into a situation like this. I got a 20-year-old or 21-year-old, and they don't get along, or they're knuckleheads, and by all accounts, Kuzma and Lonzo Ball, they played well, and it seemed like, all right, you got two guys who you can have for the next, 5, 7, 10 years. Maybe that's just where LeBron goes, hey, Magic, I'm thinking about coming, but I'm going to have to lose Lonzo Ball. Just one phone call would take care of that, right? Yes, Fritzy.
That rap was questionable, but still not quite as bad as recording phone messages to show that you're cheating on your girlfriend. That's a whole other level of things that have gone on in the NBA.
With D'Angelo Russell and
with the
Swaggy.
Lakers.
Yeah, that was Laker too. Laker girls. Lakers related. All right, so Plaschke will join us coming up. We'll talk to him about all this drama with the Lakers here. Got our poll question. I was talking about famous runner-ups in history in sports, whether it's an individual. We had Rocco Mediate on, and it was 10 years ago this week that he finished runner-up to Tiger at Torrey Pines at the U.S. Open. That's the last major Tiger Woods. Do we know the exact number of days where he won his last, the time period of his first to his last major to now? It's got to be close to being equal.
It's 11 years was his majors run, a little over 11 years, and he's just days away from being on a 10-year drought.
Oh, boy. Pretty amazing. Chad in Ohio joins us. Hi, Chad. What do you have for me?
How are we doing?
Hey, bud.
I first want to officially say 6'1", 184.
Okay.
I just want to say Bernie Kosar, I believe, is an official runner-up that needs to be heralded, and he's always looked at in Cleveland as somebody that is never going to be able to get past being the official winner, and he means everything to people here in Ohio. And
yeah, but I wouldn't view him as, he's not world famous, though. Thank you, Chad. I mean, Bernie Kosar, didn't win big games, but I don't think people are going, Bernie never won the big one. I'm talking about Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls and didn't win. Or the 1972 U.S. Olympic basketball team that lost after we gave Russia 3 tries. That kind of infamy, that kind of fame. And Rocco Mediate, to go, he was everyman. He was the guy that we could all relate to, and he was nearly taking down Tiger Woods. Now, granted, Tiger was playing on a broken leg and was going to need knee surgery, but other than that, Jose in California. Hi, Jose. What do you have for me?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey.
I was calling about the runner-up. You guys have to remember Ricky Bobby's buddy Cal.
Oh, and Talladega Nights?
And Talladega Nights. Remember Cal?
Cal Naughton Jr.
He always came in second.
Yeah.
Cal Naughton Jr.
All right. Well, thank you, Jose. Yeah, we're factoring all the runner-ups. I thought this was going to be a good idea. Maybe it's not a good idea to take phone calls on this. Maybe La La Land. Is La La Land the most famous runner-up in history? Moonlight wins. La La Land gets announced. And then, wait a minute. Hold on here. And then they bring you Moonlight. Yes, Fritzy.
I'm surprised nobody brought up Rocky Balboa and Rocky 1, which led to all those sequels and the rematch and everything. Not that Rocky was expected to beat Apollo Creed, but that's a famous loser right there. And Adrian comes running and her little red hat gets knocked off when she meets him in the ring.
But Rocky had to lose. Like he knew it. It was fixed already. Like I can't have part 2 if he's defending his title.
That would be difficult. It wouldn't be quite as interesting.
But we had it with you when you did your stand-up act. Like you won. You won your first bout.
That was a questionable win. That had a big asterisk.
It did. It was a home field advantage there. And then when the second time you got on stage on a neutral site,
and we found out what my comedic skills were all about.
You got roughed up. You got knocked out early. And then there's going to be the rematch. So this is your sequel. Is there going to be a trilogy? Or is there going to be more to this? Is your stand-up routine going to be like Star Wars? Or there's going to be a lot of different episodes here?
It's going to be one of those where Mr. T says, you should never have came back. I'm going to whoop you like I did last time.
Yes, Paul.
I'm curious if Fritzy's going to write a whole new act or master his initial act, which played pretty well in Minnesota and went south in New York.
I'm not involved in it. I just ask if there's another stand-up routine and let people know. I know that there are different places around the country that have asked you if you want to come in, do your stand-up act. Caroline's, I think, reached out to you and said, do you want to host one night?
Yeah, they said maybe sometime during the holidays would I consider hosting, which was very flattering. I got a couple of emails and tweets about something in the Cayman Islands and something by the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it was kind of interesting. They're not exactly flooding in, but there were some of those. So that was.
I think you could do well as a host, but what are they saying if you're a host?
Oh, those who can't host kind of thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't the host do a lot of crowd work? Now, I don't remember if Fritzy was really engaging well with the crowd.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I would definitely have to make it my business to acknowledge that there's people in the crowd.
Yeah, you weren't crowd friendly when you did your stand-up.
I didn't mean to not be. I guess I was maybe nervous and so caught up in trying to remember what I was going to say, or I thought it would be cheap applause. How's it going, New York City? And like to get that cheap first clap.
But in retrospect, you would have done that.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, hey, we're doing well. Like you would have gotten us on your side.
Right, but then the section row seat still wouldn't have necessarily meant there'd be some laughing and applause for that.
Probably not. But we got a great T-shirt out of that. And in case you see any of the T-shirts, you'd like to get those, you can find those on the app, Dan Patrick Show app, or go to danpatrick.com. The section row seat T-shirt, and let's get ready to ramble. Those are the two latest T-shirts. Yes, Paulie.
We got a couple of suggestions for a famous runner-up, Miss Columbia, when Steve Harvey whiffed on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
World Cup is underway. Now, the host team always starts out, is that right? Russia is taking on Saudi Arabia?
Moments away.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't started yet?
No, you can still get your bets in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I have Russia.
Oh, so you're invested in
it's
this
one of my,
one.
yeah, deeply invested. Although I don't know why I didn't take England. I had a chance to take England, and I love Harry Kane. McLovin, would you? You don't want Russia.
I'll give you Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth.
How about J-Mac 760? The second man on the moon is the most famous runner-up. Or least famous, because we don't know his name. Do you?
Buzz Aldrin, right?
Yeah.
And then Michael Collins had to stay. Made old Collins stay in the bus. Didn't they? Was it Michael Collins?
Is that right? I don't know. Yeah,
it's just nice to be on the moon. It's like when you're the runner-up.
But if you're on the moon,
it's nice to be nominated.
But if you don't get out of the capsule,
Michael Collins, they made him stay inside.
He never got out of the capsule.
Checking.
Could you imagine getting up there and then, don't you want to just open the door and go down real quick and then go right back up?
Because Buzz and the fellas are like, you don't know what it's like to be out there.
Yeah.
We were out there. You don't know what it's like to be out there.
Oh, Mike, if you only would have been out there with us.
Really? Because when was the last time you walked on the moon? Because that's something that we did, but you didn't.
Yes, Fritzy.
I don't know how the zero gravity and atmospheric pressure work, or that someone has to be monitoring the actual vehicle that they were in, but they couldn't take turns where everyone got a chance to get out there. He didn't get out there at all.
Do we know if Michael Collins never got on the moon, Paul?
I'm checking. Well, doesn't someone have to stay with the ship because things go wrong?
Yeah, but couldn't I say to Neil Armstrong, "Hey Neil, could you go in there, monitor some dials, and check
Keep this thing idling while I run out and get a couple rocks.
But I would be terrified that those doors locked behind me. And then you're like, hey, Collins, you got the key?
Key?
Like, no, I thought...
There's no locksmith. You can't.
Then you're kind of stuck.
Yes, McLevin.
What if they're on their way back from the moon and Michael Collins really had to go to the bathroom? Like everyone said, we told you to get out there at the moon.
You had a chance to go on the moon. All right? Yeah, Fritzy.
Well, when they're coming back in, Collins is like, I'm not opening this door until you give me a chance to go out there. You guys just could float in space forever.
No.
I just can't imagine it being up on the moon and you don't get out of that capsule. They have to have let him out, right?
I'm checking. Wikipedia is very hard to
because Neil is up there with his 6-iron hitting golf balls. They're probably building sandcastle. They're having fun, frolicking, doing snow angels. And then meanwhile, Collins is in there just going, yeah, great. Yeah,
well, maybe he writes a book, Man on the Vicinity of the Moon. That could be, that could be a bestseller. I don't know. What it was like to go all the way there for no reason.
Thank you, Todd.
I got a picture of him, and he looks like a young, skinny Todd.
We have about the same amount of hair.
Did they shoot all that stuff near where you're from, Seton, in New Jersey?
No, it was in New Mexico.
Oh, sorry.
The Meadowlands.
Yeah.
There's a big soundstage there.
Should we get Kyrie Irving on this topic?
Man.
Oh, I wonder what Kyrie thinks of the moon landing.
We should get him on. We'll promise we'll only talk Uncle Drew and conspiracy theories. We won't ask him a single thing about the Celtics. I just want to know if he believes in the moon landing.
He can't believe in it. But he might say, look, there's nothing that shows you from the moon that the Earth is round. It just looks like it's flat there.
Like, first of all, how do you land on cheese like that? There's no way that cheese could support such a big...
Yeah, Paul.
Michael Collins did not walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz were traipsing about.
Buzzkill.
And buzzkill.
So not cool.
And he was circling around the moon until July 21st when Armstrong and Aldrin rejoined him.
Oh, man.
I feel bad for Michael Collins.
He didn't even get to land?
You got to get that in your contract. If I'm going all the way up there, I'm getting on the moon, even if it's for a second. Let's make sure it's in writing.
Michael Collins did not complete the process. He wanted to survive the moon, but he didn't get that opportunity.
And Neil and Buzz, every time they meet up at the bar, they're like, there he is. Hey, buddy, no, you want to sit here at this stool, not just keep circling the bar, pal, okay? Just come sit here. That's every time they do it. He's like, God, I can't stand these guys.
No, you got to sit on the stool, but your feet can't touch the ground.
Yeah, no,
okay?
you just keep walking around in a circle.
Yeah.
And they moon him every time they see him, which is really...
Wow.
Puts it over the top.
That's a true story.
Do they go to the jukebox there? I'm walking on sunshine. Take a walk on the wild side. Walk this way. Talk this.
Vanity plates at Moonwalker WKR. Oh, no.
Moonwalker 2 and then Moon Circler.
Peel out of the Applebee's.
Let's take a break here. Bill Plaschke will join us.
American heroes. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Let me bring him down.
He's like, technically, it was the most important job. Okay, guys?
Yeah. All right. We'll take a break. Bill Plaschke will join us. I want to know what he thinks of the Lonzo Ball diss track on Kyle Kuzma. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but man, if that's what the kids are doing nowadays, I'd hate to be Lonzo Ball's teammate. All right, 19 after the hour. Back after this for the Dan Patrick Show.
Support for the Dan Patrick Show comes from our friends at Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. They understand that home plays a big role in your life and family, and that's why they created Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage gives you the confidence you need when it comes to buying a home or refinancing your existing home loan. It's simple, allowing you to fully understand all the details and be confident you're getting the right mortgage for you. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or your 10th, with Rocket Mortgage, you get a transparent online process that gives you the confidence to make an informed decision. It's convenient. Our trusted partners allow you to share your financial information with Rocket Mortgage at the touch of a button. And in addition to getting a real mortgage approval in minutes, you can even adjust the rate and length of your loan in real time to make sure you're getting the right solution for you. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully. Mortgage confidently. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/Dan, equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLS, consumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Did you know 66% of men lose their hair by age 35? Thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's way too late. It's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost. Is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Any bald spots yet? How will you feel a year from now if it's business as usual up there? ForHims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. Well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. No waiting room, no awkward doctor visits. Save hours by going to forhims.com. It's so easy. Answer a few questions. The doctor will review and can prescribe you whatever you may need. Products are shipped directly to your door. Order now. Our listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/Patrick. That's FORHIMS.com/Patrick. Forhims.com/Patrick.
Napa Know How.
Your broken AC may not be broken. It may just need a recharge with the Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Just $39.99 plus an additional $15 prepaid Visa card by mail. Just pull the trigger and brrr. The Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Now $39.99 plus $15 prepaid Visa card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know How.
Napa Know How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/18.
Now we're being told Michael Collins didn't even get to land on the moon. You only had room for 2 astronauts to land on the moon. He had to orbit the moon and wait for these guys. Like, come on, let's go, all right? Yeah, we'll be there in a minute, Michael. Man. Now, I would rather be would you rather orbit the moon or would you rather land on the moon, but you don't get to go outside? You don't get to actually walk around on the moon. What would you rather have?
It's like going to see the Beatles and your friends say, hey, stay in the parking lot and get the car warm.
Yeah, you get to listen outside.
You can kind of hear it. You're amongst it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd rather have landed on the moon. I just didn't get to walk out there. Yeah, see.
I may have made a huge mistake, but I decided to Google Flat Earth Society.
Oh, no.
Fascinating.
Don't do that.
The people there's like flat earthers, they call people who believe in a globe.
Yeah.
Globularist.
Globularist. Yeah, they got to come up with a better name than that.
Just goes to show how easily the globularist is fooled by simple fisheye lens.
Bill Plaschke's not fooled. He knows what's going on. LA Times columnist who joins us now. Where are you right now, Bill?
I am prepared to go to the World Cup bar to see if anybody's watching the first game of the World Cup, but in true LA fashion, I'm not going to get there until the game starts. So that's like 8 o'clock. So
are you getting there to watch Russia? Is that the Russia against Saudi Arabia?
I'm going to see if there's any buzz yet. This first game, kind of a first game. Hey Dan, it's the middle of summer. I'm desperate for a column that's not about LeBron. So this is my one hope for today.
Well, wait till Mexico plays and then go to a bar.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what everybody says. I know. But I mean, I've got a column to write today. I've got a big empty space in the paper. So what are you going to do?
All right, help me with. I want to start with this diss track that Lonzo Ball had towards Kyle Kuzma, where he called him Kylie Kuzma, and. Is this real? Is this a real thing here, Bill?
Yes, it's absolutely a real thing. The Lakers are upset about this. He crossed the line. Those guys are good friends, and they were good friends all during the season. They shared barbs back and forth on social media, but this went way overboard, and the Lakers were really upset with it because, for one thing, to be misogynistic in a diss track about a teammate or a team owned by one of the most powerful women, and neatest women in sport, that's absurd. And then to talk about his parentage, it basically makes the Laker locker room seem like a kindergarten class or something, and that's not a good look for the team, and that's not a good look if they're trying to recruit LeBron.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look good. So I think it's just some people say, well, it's just two friends getting back at each other. This crossed the line, and the Lakers were mad enough to say something to him about it. They've asked Kuzma was going to respond with his own thing, and then he decided not to because they told him to chill.
You mentioned in your column that the most important person in all of this with free agency and LeBron is Magic Johnson. What role do you think he will play, and what role, if it's different, he needs to play?
Well, he needs to be the role he'll play is he's their face. He's the guy that's going to get him. He's told people repeatedly out here, just let me get him in a room. Let me get in the room with Magic. Let me get in the room with LeBron. Get in the room with Paul George. Let me get in the room and just sell the team. That's his job as a salesman. That's his only job. That's the reason he was hired 14 months ago, was for this moment, was for this month. And it's much pressure on him now. as there has been in the public eye since he played here. I mean, it's huge. Everybody says he's got to deliver because he's talked about it, and that, he's not the kind of basketball boss who comes to practices a lot. He doesn't work with the players. He doesn't sell tickets. He's here, and it really, he really doesn't make a lot of the moves. Rob Pelinka does a lot of that. He's the salesman. He's the face. He's the voice. He's got to get him back to relevance. So this is huge on him.
Do you get the feeling, though, that Paul George is a foregone conclusion, that he's going to end up with the Lakers no matter what?
Yes. I think that's probably 90% from what I've been hearing. Is that I think he's probably already decided months ago to come here. I think he's already a done deal. So that said, then the key is to get LeBron to come play with him. And again, I think that the LeBron thing is just crazy out here. I mean, I get people calling me saying he's buying a house next to them or his kids. It's unbelievable. And the office is calling and saying, "Well, can you call this 8th grade principal and see if his son is going to?" I said, "No, we're not doing that." Just the guy's going to make up his mind at some point, and I think it's probably about a 70% chance he comes here. But you don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't know if even he knows.
What about Lonzo Ball's future with the team if LeBron comes?
Well, that's a great question. I think LeBron's going to have to get some assurances there. Number one, that his dad will go back to Lithuania for the next season. I think that's number one. I don't think he needs that distraction. I think Lonzo Ball right now is not an asset to the Lakers in this recruiting pitch, and he's not. Even though they say, well, he plays, he'll be great and he'll get LeBron the ball and everything. All the distractions Lonzo brings, and we've seen this, are very troubling to the Lakers. And I think if they had to do it again, they would not have drafted him. And and they've told him to work on his game this summer, and all he's done is produce his diss track. So it's problematic. And if LeBron said, "I'll come here if you trade Lonzo Ball," they would trade Lonzo Ball. I mean, they would do that for LeBron. I think absolutely. So I don't know if his future is as certain as Kuzma or Brandon Ingram or some of the other guys on the team.
Well, what do you think this roster is going to look like? Let's just do hypothetical here. Then in October, when they show up at camp, that roster is going to consist of who?
Well, I think LeBron's coming. So I think I think it'd probably be 70% chance. So I think it would be LeBron. LeBron's not coming alone. So it'd be LeBron and Paul George, and I think they would. If LeBron's okay with Lonzo, and he'd probably have to try to sell him on that. It'd be LeBron and Paul George and Lonzo and Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. They couldn't keep Julius Randle.
Yeah,
but they'd have Brooke Lopez, so that'd be good.
It is.
Yeah, no, I don't know. No, I don't think so. But it's that would be the roster, and because again, LeBron's not coming alone, and they would contend. They're not as good as Golden State. They're not as good as Houston, but they would at least get the Lakers. It's been 5 years since Lakers have been in the playoffs. The fans just want to get in the playoffs. And it amazes me, speaking of which, that it has been 5 years. There are fans out here, and I'm sure you've heard this, Dan, who are saying we don't need LeBron. We have this young core. Don't mess with this young core. Are they out of their minds?
Yes.
Are they? That's unbelievable.
Yes.
People would say that. It's very because Laker fans have a very high perception in this town of they're very smart and loyal fans. Some of them act like idiots. Of course you want LeBron James. Are you crazy?
Would you rather?
Because you. Go on. I'm sorry.
Would you rather have the Dodgers' future the next 5 years or the Lakers' future?
Oh, I think I'd have the Lakers' future the next 5 years. I think because of the way they're set up. I just think the Dodgers' window is closing fast, and with Kershaw aging like he is, and and some of the injuries that they've gone through, and some of the I think the Lakers get back there before the Dodgers do at this point. I mean, people, the Dodgers had that great chance last year. My God, that Game 7 is still resonating here. That Game 7 has never left this town, and I don't think it's left that clubhouse. And so yeah, I would take given all the potential for the Lakers and the money they have and the cap space they have, I would take the Lakers.
Is Kobe involved? Could he be involved in the recruitment of LeBron?
Oh, I hope not. Oh, no. LeBron would never come. No, that's the number one rule. Keep Kobe out of the room. No. Well, you know that. You saw what Kobe said. He came out and said LeBron needs to find a way to win with these guys. No, Kobe, in fact, Kobe hurt the recruitment of the other free agents they've had. He was in the room when they tried to get Dwight Howard. And he sathen Dwight, if you're going to come here, you better play great. You better work harder. And Dwight's like, yeah, you're the worst recruiter ever. And then Dwight Howard fled. Kobe's not. Kobe is not involved at all in any of this. He's making movies. He's got his own thing. He doesn't. No, thank God he's not. I hope he's not. No, he's not. They will never let him near LeBron James.
That's
never.
funny. That is funny.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think Kobe views himself as better than LeBron?
What do you think? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Well, Kobe thinks he's the best player ever. Yes, of course he does. Yeah, and you know, and I love Kobe and I love him, but it was funny. They had everybody was debating LeBron versus MJ, and then Kobe, bless his heart, tweets, "Well, hey, you can't judge any of us." And I'm like, wait a minute, wait. Well, who's us? Kobe interjected himself into that conversation pretty quickly, didn't he? I love Kobe to death, but no, he's not he's not LeBron or MJ.
Do you think that Magic views himself as better than LeBron?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, it's this being LA. Yeah, Magic thinks he's the best player ever. Every former Laker thinks they're the best player ever. But Magic is at least a little more subtle about it, I think. And Magic thinks he can do. Magic thinks he can truly do magic with this stuff. I mean, he does it. Again, he's not the most involved basketball boss they've ever had out there, but he thinks he can come into a room and get LeBron to come here. So this will be as big to the current generation of Laker fans as anything Magic did as a player. I guarantee if they get LeBron, he'll be up that podium on the signing day, and he will be the star. Magic will be the star when LeBron comes, if he can get him. It'll be so huge for his legacy, for his post-career legacy out here. And if not, I think it'll be damaging to it.
Bill, good stuff. Have fun at your viewing party. We appreciate your time.
All right. Take care, man.
That's Bill Plaschke, LA Times. Can we go back and just get that portion of audio where I asked Bill about Kobe being involved? Just his reaction you think Kobe can help with the recruitment of LeBron James? 2-a-days, see if you can pull that up. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll come back. We'll get to more phone calls here. How are we doing on our U.S. Open picks here? I saw that Rory and Jordan Spieth are not doing well.
McLovin's hurting right now.
Yeah?
I saw that Rory's hitting some shots. I'm not going to say storming back yet.
Well, it is golf. You do have to hit shots.
I have a little faith in Rory. Does anybody start out +7 and come back?
Well, I don't know what is going to be normal today. The winds are going to pick up. It's going to be tougher in the afternoon, I'm going to guess. But these guys right now, a lot of these guys making a mess of things. Yeah, Paul.
I'm not doing great either. Phil's +4. Hideki is +4. Rick Fowler is +2.
Yeah, see.
Anybody take Cooch?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
That's
too bad. You would have been tied for first if you did.
I normally take Cooch.
The Cooch.
The Coochinator.
I have Justin Rose still tied for 7th.
Yeah, I like Justin Rose.
That's not bad.
That would be my pick. I was willing to trade all of my golfers.
I'm just going to keep updating you on that one guy.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. That was my pick. That Justin Rose was going to be your winner. I was willing to give up Jason Day, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, and Tony Finau, but Seton is going to hold on to Justin Rose, and that's smart because I don't think your other 3 golfers, Tiger, Brandon Grace, and Sergio Garcia, are going to challenge.
Jason Day +4.
Ouch. Maybe like +3, +4 is going to be a good score. Did we think of that? Yeah, McLovin.
This guy, Scott Gregory from Britain, he's at +14 through
That's
12.
not good, right?
That's like what we would do. Not us, you maybe.
No, even that. I can't stress how tough that golf course. I haven't played it, but you just get reaction from golfers who say, oh, my God. Like, it's the true test. Yeah, you're not going to have somebody accidentally win the U.S. Open. Not at Shinnecock. Yeah, Paul.
Would anybody want to trade their top 2 draft picks for a golfer that's on the leaderboard right now that's went undrafted, like Matt Kuchar?
Would I trade Jason Day and Brooks Koepka
straight up
for Matt Kuchar?
Yeah. So but remember, it's a money play here. The money play.
Yeah, it's total money. You're so money and you don't even know it. No, I'm going to stay with what I have. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm
I'll do it in a heartbeat. I mean, +6 and +.
You're giving
5?
up Spieth and McIlroy for Cooch.
I get Poulter and Cooch for Spieth.
No. You only get 1.
Why who set that
It's
rule?
a 2 for 1.
But my guys are so far down. I think I should get 2.
No, you have to trade in 2 to get 1.
I'll do it.
Are we going to allow McLovin to do this?
We have a trade?
He's trading in McElroy and Spieth for Cooch. Is that right? Or do you want?
I'll do it if you guys will let me. It's up to you guys. I think we have a vote.
Let's do it.
Hold on a sec. Why are we doing that?
Because he's given up Spieth and McElroy after 9 holes.
Now he only has.
And those are guys who are like 37 over right now.
Okay.
And we're going to let him trade into the guy who's currently in first place.
Yes.
And so, right.
But
why are we doing that?
He only has 3 golfers.
I know.
Technically, he only has 2 right now.
Well, we're assuming McElroy and Spieth don't make the cut.
I think you're doing this because if Spieth or McElroy made a run, it'd be the funniest thing ever to watch me having let them go.
And if Cooch all of a sudden went down in flames, it'd be great.
Well, why don't you give me the guy in third place is named, let's see, Russell Knox, Scott Piercy, Aaron Baddeley. Maybe I shouldn't take Cooch because he's too good.
Cooch.
All right.
Does Ian Poulter have a chance to stick around? How good is he, Dan?
I'll let you. Do you want Ian Poulter?
Not really. I mean,
okay.
Can I have Cooch? I know Seton doesn't want to give up.
Hey, it's your show, Dad. You do whatever you want. Give him Cooch. That's fine. But if I lose, I'm not doing the wheel.
Okay,
punishment.
I need
you right now. I'm not getting anything dumped on my head. I'm not doing anything. If this is the way we're going to play, I'm not doing anything like that.
I need you to give me 3 golfers for Kuchar. If you want Matt Kuchar.
Can we decide right now, what are the stakes of this draft?
Why doesn't he just he can trade in everybody for Matt Kuchar and that's it and just go onesies? Sort of like I did with the World Cup bet.
Is Matt Kuchar your Belgium?
Kuchar bust.
I have Tommy Fleetwood. I'm really excited about, though.
Okay.
What's at stake here?
I don't know.
I say nothing, just for fun.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, says the guy who's +7, +6.
Yeah, Fritzy.
I think if he gives up McElroy, Spieth, and Alex Noren, we let him make that deal.
So we let him have Tommy Fleetwood Mac, and then he gets Cooch.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And it's total money, shower of shame.
Yes.
All right, done. We're back after this.
Here at PodcastOne, we love hearing from you. We read every tweet and comment you send our way, so don't miss your chance to take our summer listener survey. Just go to PodcastOne.com and click on the survey banner, or go to PodcastOne.com/mysurvey. It only takes a few minutes, and it gives you the opportunity to make a direct impact on your favorite shows. Tell us how you really feel, so we can get to know you better. We value your thoughts and participation, so check out the survey at PodcastOne.com/mysurvey, or click on the survey banner on PodcastOne.com.
Hey, listeners, just wanted to take a minute to thank all our great sponsors and all of you great listeners for supporting this podcast. We certainly couldn't do it without either of you. And I wanted to remind you that you can support our sponsors by going to our show page at PodcastOne.com, clicking on the Support This Podcast button, and there you will see all our wonderful sponsors that help make this show possible. Thank you for downloading, subscribing, and of course, supporting. And now, back to the show.
Stay tuned for 60 seconds of AP News headlines right after this podcast.
Let me see. Is this Joel in New Orleans joining us? Joel?
Hey, DP.
Hey, bud.
By the way, very nice shot on the live look-in right there. The no-look over the head swish that Seton just didn't even want to pick the ball up after that. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Joel.
But I hope LeBron was listening, which of course he should be, but Bill Plaschke just gave the exact reason not to go to L.A. He was saying they have this player, that player, they have to get rid of Julius Randle. And then he followed up by saying, well, they're not better than the Warriors. They're not going to beat Houston. But, people in L.A. just want to make the playoffs. That's not what LeBron does. LeBron is worried about a lot more than making the playoffs. He wants to make the finals and win. So he doesn't want to babysit. He doesn't want to deal with all this garbage with Lonzo Ball and all this, that, and the other. Plus, they don't have a team that's going to get him over the hump. So why in the world? Yeah, he can do his movies from wherever he's at. He did it was successful from Cleveland. But why would he go to L.A. for any of this?
All right. Well, thank you, Joel. We have a lot of time to speculate and a lot of time when it's all said and done that we'll look back on it and go, why did he do that? Or why didn't he do that? I like that Bill Plaschke's reaction on if Kobe could help recruit LeBron James. Here's Plaschke from the LA Times. Do we have that, Seton?
You want the longer one or the shorter one?
The shorter one, yeah. Just his reaction, initial reaction when I said, what do you think about Kobe helping recruit LeBron?
Oh, I hope not. Oh, no. LeBron would never come. No, that's the number one rule. Keep Kobe out of the room. No.
How do you really feel about
it? But was Kobe that tough with Dwight Howard? He wanted him to show up and play hard.
That's why would you ask anyone that?
But this is different. If Kobe's not playing with LeBron, but if you said, "Hey, I don't know what Kobe could say to LeBron," where LeBron would go, "Oh, okay," or I hadn't thought of that. Yes,
if you're Kobe, do you want LeBron to come to the Lakers?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm going to guess no.
I mean, why would you want, like the guy surpassing you on the all-time great list to be like, oh yeah, you come in and pick up a few more rings and then
move past me on the greatness list?
Yeah.
Do you think Kobe thinks he's better than LeBron?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think Magic thinks he's better than LeBron?
Yeah. Don't you feel like Magic is just like, he would have never played that way if I didn't?
I was LeBron before LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the one who played center in a championship game. Put up, 42?
Magic's probably like, I made Hall of Famers around me.
well,
look how many Hall of Famers I made, just like Michael. Like Michael, I made Hall of Famers too.
I made Kareem. I made Worthy. I made them Hall of Famers. Without me, they wouldn't have. Oh, that's right. They would have been.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yes, Paul.
The weird thing is Magic's as big or bigger than LeBron, and it was much weirder back then to have a guy of his size playing the position. That's what makes Magic stand out. Is there's lots of guys who are 6'8" handling the ball these days. Nobody when Magic did it. Not really. George Gervin maybe.
But he wasn't a point guard.
Yeah. Nobody over 6'5" played point back then.
So Magic was the first guy where you go, we have a mismatch right away, and it's our point guard. Normally you don't have a size mismatch with your point guard, but back then you had a 6'9" point guard who had a great handle and could run. And then he paved the way for Penny Hardaway. Penny was 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". I'm trying to think who else. How many other real tall point guards have we had down through history? But Magic was the first. And Penny, and who knows what Penny would have been like if Penny stayed healthy. But, Magic probably, and I was looking at the teams Magic went through. McLevin and I were talking about this. I mean, Magic, when he won, was going through a great team, and when he lost, was still going through a great team. Didn't we sort of sort that out, McLevin?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. The early 80s Sixers, he beat twice, then he lost to Moses Malone. He beat the Celtics, lost to the Celtics, had the bad boy Pistons, and then eventually Jordan's Bulls.
When
it was like great historic teams.
But LeBron can only play the teams that are there. It's not like you can go, degree of difficulty, But, LeBron faced the Spurs, got swept, faced Golden State. So Golden State may be a dynasty. The Spurs were a dynasty. Against Miami, you beat the Celtics and you beat the Spurs. I mean, he's lost to Golden State a couple of times. I don't know if you do degree of difficulty and you factor that in. But, here's Magic with 5 titles. Kobe's got 5. LeBron's got 3. But LeBron's going to have the numbers of everything else. What'll strengthen his resume is because he's got all of these categories that he's going to be able to, people will force feed you that, including me, when it's all said and done with assists, rebounds, steals, points, appearances in the NBA Finals. But he's not going to have 6 titles. At least I don't think he will. Or even 5. I think LeBron, if you said, hey, I can get you 1 more and that's it. That's it. I think LeBron would sign up for that. Give me 4. Give me 10 appearances in the NBA Finals. All right. I'm fine with that. We'll get to your phone calls coming up. Some more. Some people have thoughts on famous runner-ups because we were talking about Rocco Mediate, who joined us in the first hour. And Rocco talked about, going toe-to-toe with Tiger 10 years ago this week. So final hour coming up. Seton, Paulie, Fritzy, McLovin, yours truly. This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Hey humans, David Smalley here from the Dogma Debate Podcast, right here on PodcastOne, where we talk about all the things you're not supposed to discuss at work: religion, politics, abortion, racism, slavery, and that's only when we open the Bible. We discuss Islam, Islamophobia. What does that even mean? We chat with vegans, animal rights activists, and even visit factory farms to see it for ourselves. I invite people from multiple backgrounds to convert me into their worldview. But as long as they're okay with being respectfully challenged, you better bring your evidence. And I never lose sight of how both the left and the right are seeming to lose their minds. So basically, we're solving all the world's problems right here on Dogma Debate. And you've been missing it. Download Dogma Debate on iTunes, Stitcher, or PodcastOne.com.
For Shot. I'm Tim McGuire with an AP Newsminute. Police in Westminster, Colorado, a Denver suburb, have a person in custody after 2 adults and 2 children were shot in an office parking lot this afternoon. Investigators say they're interviewing the driver of a car seen leaving that lot at the time of the shooting. Still no word on the conditions of the shooting victims. The Justice Department's Inspector General releases a report on FBI handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Included in the findings that former FBI Director James Comey was insubordinate and departed from normal procedure, and there was no political bias involved. Director Christopher Wray says the Bureau has learned some lessons.
We're going to learn from this report, and we're going to be better and stronger as a result.
The report also found an FBI attorney was removed from the special counsel's Russia investigation for writing anti-Trump messages. That's in addition to an FBI agent who was also taken off that investigation because of his emails to another FBI attorney. I'm Tim McGuire.